A few months ago, when Elon Musk finalized the deal to take over Twitter, I made a few videos talking about it and I was excited about it. And I said that I was going to give it time, and if he kept his promises about it being free speech, then I was going to start posting on there. I was waiting to see what he would do, waiting to see what he would do. One of the main things I wanted him to do was unban Alex Jones because I feel like Alex Jones was wrongfully banned. But then Elon Musk made up some BS excuse as to why he wanted to keep Alex Jones banned. Alex Jones didn't really care about the ban. He was just like whatever, and it is what it is. But that was the main reason why I didn't post. And I was like, I'm not going to participate in this because he hasn't really kept his promise. It's not really free speech fully, right? And to be honest, I know Alex Jones is pretty controversial, but I could probably be far worse than Alex Jones because I'm more to the point and to the truth than he is, even though Alex Jones does speak a lot of truth. Don't get me wrong. But I could probably be a lot worse than him. And that's the thing, right? If I'm going to say things on whatever platform, ironically, I'm on YouTube talking about this stuff, but if I want to really dedicate myself to a platform and just speak the truth, I want to make sure that I can say what I want to say. Now, Twitter still has a lot of holdovers and people working there that don't believe in free speech. And that's something that Elon Musk hasn't fully cleaned up yet. But on the bright side, and I did say also in my old videos talking about Elon Musk, I said, you got to give credit where credit is due. So if the guy's doing a good job, he's doing a good thing, regardless of what you think about him, right? You might think he's controlled, he's an evil person, blah, 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 right? There's all these things about him, and I believe that as well, right? I don't think he's fully legitimate. However, when it comes to Twitter, I have to admit that it's a lot better than what it used to be, right? So give credit where credit is due. He did make it better. Is it perfect? Is it the way that I want it to be or that everybody wants it to be? No, it's never going to be perfect. None of the stuff is going to be perfect. And that's something that I'm starting to kind of just accept. It's kind of like taking a defeat and saying, well, it's not as bad as what it could be, right? Because that's where we're at in this world. It's like we got to take what we can get, right? And he's done a good enough job with it that I feel comfortable to start posting on there, talking about things on there, saying things on there, sharing my ideas and opinions. I used to have a Twitter account a long time ago, and I had over 1,000 followers, and I deleted it because what I was talking about back then, I didn't believe as strongly as the things I talk about now. I was kind of just going with a trend, or I was on some hype train with some stuff, and I was just talking about certain things, about certain topics, and I kind of got tired of that time or the things I was talking about at that time, and I said I don't need this Twitter anymore, so I got rid of it. But this time, the Twitter that I'm gonna make, or I already have it, but I'm gonna post more on it. It's gonna be similar to the things I say on YouTube, if not more unhinged, right? Because you can definitely say with Elon, running it, you can definitely say a lot more things than you could on YouTube. Even with the people that are still there censoring people, because there are these incidents that are happening where people are getting taken down or censored or whatever, because there are people working at that company that still believe in the old ways of Twitter, right? Which is censoring everything that they don't agree with if it's not a leftist view or whatever. So Elon is trying to clean that up. He's putting in the effort. So I have to give him the credit, and I do want to start posting on there. Apparently, he's monetizing people's tweets, and people are getting paid for that. So that's another obvious attraction to the channel. But you have to really be big to make money off of Twitter. So if you're not a big content creator, you don't have a lot of followers, I think you have to have millions of followers before you really start to make some money on there, because you get paid off the ads that are posted on your tweets, right? I'm going to show you guys my Twitter now. So if you look on the screen, you can see that I have one tweet. And I want you to read this tweet. All right. If you look on the screen, you can read it. I'm not going to say it. Should I say it? Nah, because I'm on YouTube. So, but I retweeted some other stuff for some other nonsense. But I don't really have anything really here. I'm not really following too many people. I'm following a few people. So if you guys start following me here, I'm going to start posting things here. And this is another way you guys can get in contact with me. You can DM me. My DMs are open. You can also give me ideas about topics you want me to discuss. Whatever you want to talk about with me. On here, you can tweet at me. Blah, 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 right? You guys know how Twitter works. So I think it's worth having an account on Twitter. I truly do believe that. And as long as Elon is there and keeping it the way it is, even if he just keeps it the way it is and it doesn't improve anymore, I still think it's good. Much better than what it used to be. It's probably the best that it's been. But honestly, it's very similar to how it was when it first came out. Because when Twitter first came out, it was pretty free speech. Like, there wasn't too much censorship. So I feel like it's pretty much back to where it was before when it started, which is not a bad thing, right? So again, I'm going to start posting a lot on here. This is another way to get reach. It's another way to communicate with viewers. It's another way for people to share information with me. And you guys can see my ideas. Also, what I'm going to do is I don't know if I should make a different video talking about this, but I'll talk about it a little bit here. I did make a new TikTok because I got removed from TikTok. I got my TikTok deleted, and what my TikTok had was basically the same stuff that my YouTube has. So TikTok is a lot more censorious than YouTube, believe it or not, if you can actually imagine that. But it is. So they deleted my TikTok, and I really had a sour taste about it. And I was like, I don't think I want to make another TikTok again. But I thought about it, and I said, well, what I'm going to do is I'm going to make shorts, right? I'm going to make shorts on YouTube. I'm going to make shorts for Twitter, and I'm going to make shorts for TikTok. So I'm going to reach more people that way. I'll have 3 different platforms where I'll just put out short videos, and they're all going to have the same content. So BitChute, Odyssey, Rumble, and YouTube will have the same content for the most part. Unless I want to say something really spicy, then it won't be on YouTube. And then Twitter, TikTok, and some YouTube shorts will be on those 3 platforms. But Twitter's probably going to have the most out of those 3, out of TikTok and YouTube shorts, because again, it's the platform where I can say the most. But I'm going to try to keep the content the same. I'm going to try to keep it similar. And if I want to say something really crazy, I won't say it on TikTok, right? What TikTok will probably be used for mostly is just to promote my other channels and to tell people to go watch my YouTube or go watch me on Twitter or whatever. Just to basically channel traffic to other places where I can actually say what I want. And I think Rumble is probably the best place for that. I also have Patreon, which I did want to make content on there, but I didn't get enough support. I only had a few people subscribe to my Patreon, and I didn't feel, well, I didn't have, it's not that I felt whether I felt or not. I didn't have the time to dedicate to making just videos on Patreon. I could barely make videos on YouTube. I was going through a lot of things. I was dealing with a lot of personal things. So it was difficult for me to dedicate a lot of time to Patreon. So I couldn't follow through on that. And I apologize to those people that did subscribe to my Patreon. I do appreciate you subscribing to my Patreon. But unless I get a lot of people subscribing to Patreon, I don't feel it's worth the time to invest in that. But in the future, I'm going to still look at that as an alternative, a real alternative to really making some real content exclusively for Patreon. That's something that when I have more time and when I grow more and I have more people watching, I will dedicate myself back to Patreon. For now, I'm going to try to focus on these platforms that I just talked about. And you're always welcome to subscribe to Patreon. It's just a way to support me, right? Because I do want to grow. And unfortunately, this is the truth. And I'm going to be as honest with you as anybody can be about this. Money is required to grow a lot of these platforms because you need to advertise in different places and you need to build certain things. You need to, like, I really want to grow. I don't want to just be somebody that talks on YouTube. I want to actually get to where Tim Pool is, right? And you see what Tim Pool has. He has like a little empire. He has his own little media company. Like, I want to get to a place like that. But instead of saying things just like Tim Pool, where it's mostly mainstream media shit, I want to talk about real shit. I want to talk about everything, not just what's on the news, right? I want to talk about aliens. I want to talk about supernatural things. I want to talk about what's really happening in this world, not the mainstream narrative all the time, right? And if you guys support that, then it requires finances. That's the truth of the matter. I'm just being honest with you guys. Other people won't say that, right? Other people will lie to you and say, oh, just support me, blah, 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 because I'm going to donate my money to some cause. Nah, the truth is people need money to do things. And that's just the way it works. That's the way the world works. It runs on money. But anyways, enough about that. I do appreciate any support I get. All the links to all my social media are in the description below. I just linked my Twitter to my TikTok, so I just made it today. So I haven't put that in the description yet, but I'll probably advertise it on my Twitter so you guys can know. I'll probably make another pinned tweet or something like that so you guys can go to my TikTok if you're interested in that. But again, the main point of me being on all these platforms is to reach more people, right? That's all that it takes. That's what it takes. Not that that's all that it takes, but that's what it takes to really make a difference. You got to go to where where it's hardest to succeed, where people don't want you there, right? Because if you're always talking to the same people that already understand you and know you and believe what you're saying, nothing's gonna really change. Things are gonna stay the same. So you got to reach a new audience. You got to reach people that normally wouldn't be exposed to your content. And, as far as TikTok is concerned, that's just a platform where I have to be very careful with what I say. Like, I'm going to use it as mostly an advertising platform for my other platforms. But I'll still put out content on there. Anyways, I think I said enough. I think you guys get the point. If you like, comment, subscribe, share, or you can hit the notification bell. I'll see you guys in the next video. Take care.